You do wonder that in some of them they're classroom type settings, they got multiple air tracks. I wonder what they tell the students when the students do the experiment and they don't get the right answer. I wonder. But anyway, so this isn't the main subject of this channel, is a debate about whether who's more dishonest, the professionals or the amateurs. I just say that there's a tendency that the amateurs haven't had it beat into their head. Okay, they have nothing to lose by being found out to be cheats. It's not like they're going to lose their their unprofessional credentials. Where you'd say that the people who get some scrutiny, the high-paid performance artists, have to do their cheating very carefully. You could almost just say that. But who cares? Okay, I wasn't making a hard statement one way or the other. So it's a real problem. But as I pointed out in my videos, is that you can also find Professor Lewin, professional physicist, cheating. Okay, a blob of putty on an air track cart shouldn't really be there. No logic to defend it being there, and all of the evidence kind of points to it's there to create an experiment that he's not really doing. Like he's describing, I'm doing one kind of experiment, and now he's doing a completely different experiment because the results of the real experiment don't match the mathematics. And I could argue that there's a few of those out there. Air track experiments not done where they do it and then they'll show you the results of what they want it to be. Now, it didn't come out quite the way they intended, kind of thing. It's a specific volume. Well, I just mean that it gives them, you know what I mean. Math is all about cross multiplying and switching.
Yeah, I know.
And as soon as you start switching that square somewhere, all of a sudden it looks like it's a real square when it's not a real square.
And then it's used as a proper square.
Exactly.
It is per second.
Yes, yeah. I'm just saying that's, those little. It's not a big shenanigan, but that's the kind of thing they ought to clean up. Because that's cheating.
Anyway, the point is, where we got to before we went down that particular rabbit hole, is go and do an experiment or find an experiment, as you say, that's done, because there must be loads out there. There must be lots out there that prove this one way or the other, right? There must be. I know we're coming out with our rinky-dinky stupid at-home experiments, right? Which, you're right, could have such a margin of error, right?
Yeah, no, it's
someone should do it. Someone should do it.
I just think all these, it's just funny that nobody's really filmed all these elemental, even back in the 50s, they filmed a lot of stuff, but they didn't do.
Why did they never
They
film
didn't do these kinetic energy. Well, I think they didn't do them because guess what? The answers don't come out quite right. Their theory really isn't validated doing those experiments, and that's why they didn't do them. They just said, hey, this experiment didn't work. It's like Lewin and his clay, The experiment doesn't work.
Really? But are you telling me that every person who's got an air track has played around with it and done this experiment and gone, it doesn't work?
Well, I think they're saying that in the sense that obviously everyone we've seen online, they don't tell you the masses, right? Because if they told you the masses, then they'd have to admit, oh yeah, we couldn't get it to work with the half masses, proportional masses, a 2 and a 1. Yeah, the experiment doesn't come out right. I can make it look good, with 3 to 1. Or 4 to 1, but yeah, 2 to 1. I can't.
We
make
still
it work.
should find someone with an air track, because an air track's a good way to do it, right? I think the air track is, you're taking the gravity out of it. It's very smooth. An air track would be a good way to do it.
I think it's a good air track, just because. But there's so many ways. You have to have somebody doing it who's honest, because, like I said,
no, it's got to be honest and competent.
You make that track a little bit.
No, I know.
You tilt it just a tiny bit. All of a sudden, it's easy to make. It's easy to make free energy. Free energy.
No, it's got to be someone who's. And I'd really like to see the multiple. If the first experiment worked, if the Lewin experiment worked, I'd love to see the one I've said there, where you bash 3. What was it? By 3, you're doubling it, right?
Right.
That is very noticeable. That isn't a mistake on your. You could see that on film, right?
Well, like I said, I could make the machine where if I bang that into a lever, I can restart the same thing all over again. And so I've doubled the energy. The lever doubles it again. Then I double it going back the other way. So by the time I go one time around, I've got 500. I've 5 times as much energy by every round. But I could definitely.